When installing a subpanel, determining the appropriate wire size is crucial for safety and performance. This involves considering factors such as distance, ampacity, and the National Electrical Code requirement. In this scenario, a 100 amps 220 volts subpanel is being installed in a garage with a total run of 140 feet from the main 200 amps panel. To determine the correct wire size, we'll follow these steps. Firstly, calculate the distance factor or DF. The distance factor accounts for the increased resistance in longer wire runs, which can lead to voltage drop and reduced efficiency. The formula for calculating the distance factor is dF equals 1 plus distance divided by 100. In this case, the distance is 140 feet, so the calculation is dF equals 1 plus 140 divided by 100, which equals 1 plus 1.4, resulting in a distance factor of 2.4. Secondly, determine the ampacity factor or AF. The ampacity factor accounts for the conditions under which the wire is installed, such as whether it's in a conduit, open air, or buried. Different installation methods affect the wire's ability to dissipate heat, which in turn affects its ampacity. For copper wire in a conduit, the ampacity factor is typically 0.8. Thirdly, calculate the corrected ampacity or CA. The corrected ampacity is the ampacity of the wire after accounting for the distance factor and ampacity factor. This value represents the actual ampacity the wire can safely carry in the given installation conditions. The formula for calculating the corrected ampacity is CA equals ampacity multiplied by AF multiplied by DF. For instance, if we were to start with a wire size that has an ampacity of 60 amps, then the corrected ampacity would be 60 amps multiplied by 0.8 multiplied by 2.4, which equals 115.2 amps. We would repeat this calculation with different wire sizes to determine which one is most appropriate. Fourthly, choose the wire size. The corrected ampacity must be greater than or equal to the subpanel rating, which is 100 amps in this case. Consult the National Electrical Code or NEC table for copper wire in a conduit to find the appropriate wire size based on the corrected ampacity. According to the NEC table for copper wire in a conduit for a corrected ampacity of 110 amps, the wire size is number 4 AWG. For a corrected ampacity of 125 amps, the wire size is number 3 AWG. Given the calculations and the need to meet or exceed the 100 amp subpanel rating, number 3 AWG copper wire is the recommended choice. This ensures a safe and reliable installation. Remember that these calculations are based on specific conditions and assumptions, such as the use of copper wire in a conduit and a 220 volt system. Always consult the National Electrical Code and local electrical codes for the most accurate and up-to-date information. If you are unfamiliar or inexperienced with electrical work, it's always best to consult with a licensed electrician to ensure a safe and code-compliant installation. To reiterate the calculations, firstly, the distance factor is calculated as 1 plus the distance in feet divided by 100. Secondly, the ampacity factor for copper wire in a conduit is 0.8. Thirdly, the corrected ampacity is calculated as the wire's ampacity multiplied by the ampacity factor and then multiplied by the distance factor. And fourthly, the wire size is selected based on the NEC table, ensuring that the corrected ampacity meets or exceeds the subpanel rating. In summary, using number 3 AWG copper wire is recommended to ensure a safe and reliable installation for the 100 amps 220 volt subpanel with a 140 feet run. Always adhere to local codes and consult with a qualified electrician when necessary. The NEC provides tables that correlate wire gauge, insulation type, and ampacity. These tables are essential for selecting the proper wire size. For example, NEC Table 310.16 provides ampacities for insulated conductors rated up to 600 volts, not more than 3 conductors in a raceway or cable or earth directly buried, based on ambient temperature of 30 degrees Celsius or 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Adjustments must be made for higher ambient temperatures or more than 3 current-carrying conductors in a raceway. Voltage drop is another critical factor to consider, especially in longer runs. Excessive voltage drop can cause appliances to malfunction and can overheat wiring. The NEC recommends limiting voltage drop to no more than 3% for branch circuits and 5% for feeders. To calculate voltage drop, the following formula can be used. Voltage drop equals 2 times the length of the wire in feet times the current in amps times the resistance per foot of the wire, divided by 1000. The resistance per foot of the wire can be found in NEC Chapter 9, Table 8. If the calculated voltage drop exceeds the recommended limits, a larger wire size should be selected to reduce the resistance. Overcurrent protection is also crucial for protecting the wiring and equipment connected to the subpanel. The overcurrent protection device, such as a circuit breaker or fuse, should be sized to protect the wire based on its ampacity. The NEC provides guidelines for selecting the appropriate overcurrent protection device. For example, NEC Section 240.4 addresses the protection of conductors against overcurrent. The general rule is that conductors must be protected against overcurrent in accordance with their ampacities as specified in NEC Table 310.16. However, there are exceptions to this rule, such as for motor circuits and certain types of equipment. Grounding is another essential aspect of electrical safety. The subpanel must be properly grounded to provide a path for fault current to return to the source, which helps to trip the overcurrent protection device and prevent electrical shock. The grounding system typically consists of a grounding electrode conductor, which connects the subpanel to a grounding electrode, such as a ground rod or water pipe. The size of the grounding electrode conductor is based on the size of the service entrance conductors, as specified in NEC Table 250.66. The subpanel should also have a grounding bus bar, which is used to connect the equipment grounding conductors from the branch circuits. Equipment grounding conductors provide a low impedance path for fault current to return to the source, which helps to protect equipment and prevent electrical shock. The size of the equipment grounding conductors is based on the size of the overcurrent protection device, as specified in NEC Table 250.122. Proper installation techniques are also essential for ensuring a safe and reliable electrical system. Wires should be properly terminated at the subpanel and circuit breakers using the correct torque settings. Connections should be tight and secure to prevent overheating and arcing. Wires should be properly supported and protected from physical damage. Conduit should be used to protect wires in exposed locations. When working with electricity, it is essential to follow all safety precautions. Always turn off the power to the circuit before working on it. Use insulated tools and wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as safety glasses and gloves. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is best to hire a qualified electrician to do the work. In addition to the NEC, local electrical codes may also apply. Local codes may have additional requirements or restrictions. It is important to check with the local building department or electrical inspector to ensure that the electrical installation complies with all applicable codes. Permits may also be required for electrical work. Check with the local building department to determine if a permit is required. Inspections are typically required after the electrical work is completed. The electrical inspector will inspect the installation to ensure that it complies with all applicable codes. It is important to schedule an inspection and correct any deficiencies that are identified. In conclusion, selecting the proper wire size for subpanel involves considering several factors, including distance, ampacity, voltage drop, and the NEC requirements. Proper installation techniques and safety precautions are also essential for ensuring a safe and reliable electrical system. When in doubt, consult with a qualified electrician. For the described scenario, with a 100 amps 220 volt subpanel and a 140 feet run, number 3 AWG copper wire is the recommended choice. This recommendation is based on the calculations and the NEC tables discussed earlier. Always consult the most recent version of the NEC and local codes for the most up-to-date information. Remember to consider the ambient temperature and the number of current carrying conductors in the raceway when selecting the wire size. Adjustments may be necessary to ensure that the wire is properly sized for the specific installation conditions.